Hello, Captains, and welcome to my 10-minute review of Star Trek Picard. This is episode 5 called the Stardust City Rag. I'm not sure if that's from something, but that's what this episode is called. So, here's my 10-minute review. Check out my other ones if you haven't, but here we go. Let's see if I can keep this under 10 minutes. Probably not. Alright, first of all, let me talk about the pacing, because I have talked about that in previous episodes, that this was on a downhill, a downhill trajectory on pacing. This episode felt like we're moving the pacing back up. Pacing has gone upward a bit, and that's good. So I felt like we've recovered or rebounded a little bit on the pacing here. Golly. This episode was much better on that. So I see improvement on this episode with that anyway. Now, what I'm about to say next, by the way, spoilers, I've got to say that, of course. If you haven't seen the episode yet, I'm going to talk about spoilers in the episode. So that's your warning. What I'm going to say next may seem a bit harsh here at first, but I got to say it, and then we'll move into what I think about the rest of the episode. But I don't feel, at least after watching this episode specifically, it didn't feel very much like Star Trek. Now, I've got to explain that a little bit. All the words are there. They're saying things like the Tal Shiar, transporter enhancers, Borg Implants, the Borg, Voyager, Delta Quadrant, EMH, Tranya. They're saying all the words that are in Star Trek, but it seems and feels like the show is not feeling like Star Trek to me. The aesthetic, the looks of the show, even the dialogue and word usage, it overall doesn't feel like Star Trek. Someone that says, oh, that sucks that you knew me or whatever, I've never heard anybody talk like that in a Star Trek show, using the words like this sucks and stuff like that. That's normal dialogue we have now in the 20th, 21st century. That's not in the future. They don't talk like that in the future. It's different. So the dialogue, even that, makes it not quite feel like Star Trek. It's just all the little things put together. It's just the overall feel. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe we're very used to just Starfleet and Federation stuff in the shows because that's all we see. We're always on a hero Starfleet ship or on DS9. Even with DS9, though, and all the cultures that came through there, and the fact that the Bajorans owned it and not the Federation, even though we ran it, even that still felt like Star Trek. And what we're seeing here, this is supposed to be this place, this free cloud or whatever. I guess it's supposed to be like a more crazy DS9. It just didn't feel like Star Trek. It doesn't feel like that. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it, but it's just all little things put together. What it does feel to me like, though, is just like another general sci-fi show. If you took out Star Trek Picard on this and just put any generic sci-fi name, it would fit. This feels like a generic sci-fi series, just not Star Trek. So that's my harsh thing that I'm going to say about all that. It just, not feeling Star Trek even though the words are there. So let's move on, because I did think that this episode played out a lot better than I thought it would in the beginning. So after watching the preview from the last episode, I thought this episode was going to be kind of terrible because of the premise and all that. This whole thing where you have to dress up like a high roller, and it's like a Vegas, like you're in Vegas, some kind of scheme that you're having to do in Vegas. It's almost like a movie, like Ocean's 11 or something like that. That's the kind of vibe I got at first, but after actually watching the episode, it played out a lot better than I thought it would, especially with the twist. The whole scheme did not go to plan. Seven has a revenge plot here, and that twist on it actually made it a lot better for me. It played out a lot better, so thank goodness for that twist with Seven there. Because I felt that it really benefited from that. It really turned out a lot better because of that. It not going to plan and having a different outcome really was unique and refreshing for this kind of plot. So that was good. I actually enjoyed it because of all that. So let's talk about Seven a little bit here. She's the big new cast member here in Picard. She is definitely much different than she was on Voyager. Okay, now it makes sense that she would be more human now. I just wonder about some of her character actions. She's definitely, definitely a lot more revengeful. I guess this is something that Janeway would not have agreed with. Let's say the Seven on Voyager would not have done something like she has done in this episode because of the moral background Janeway was instilling in her. This idea that she has done this mercy killing on Icheb, and then now this revenge killing. That doesn't seem like the Seven we know. If Janeway were still here, I mean, it just doesn't seem like something that all that moral stuff. I guess what I'm trying to say is all that moral stuff that Janeway instilled in her in Voyager doesn't feel like it's coming through here. It seems like it's all gone, and this is a different Seven of Nine, and that's a bit odd to see because the Seven on Voyager was just so different than this. So I'm not sure how I feel about the mercy killing of Icheb. I guess it makes sense. I'm just not sure how I feel about it. That one I could more understand, but then the outright revenge killing of the person here in the club, forgot her character name, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm actually going to reach out to you all to tell me how you feel about Seven's revenge killing here. There is a part of me that kind of liked it, just because that was a brutal thing she was doing to Icheb, and I'm like, yeah, get her. I'm just not sure if that's the right character path for Seven of Nine, especially with all that moral instilling that she had with Janeway on Voyager. It's just so different. However, it happened, so that's what we have to deal with now. This is the Seven of Nine now, and a lot has happened to her, apparently. She's in the Fenris Rangers, an interesting concept that she would leave the Federation or leave Starfleet or not join Starfleet or whatever when they came back after Voyager, and then become this. This is a different path than I would have thought for her. So again, I want to hear more about what happened to her, honestly. But anyway, it's great to see Icheb again, but he got killed immediately, so that was short-lived and kind of sucks. I was hoping that he would have a longer story arc, and maybe even meet Hugh. In fact, it would be neat if Seven of Nine, Icheb, and both of them had all met Hugh, and then Picard also. That would have been really cool to see. I was just hoping that he would have a longer storyline, but no, they just killed him immediately. So I guess we're not going to see any more of Icheb. That's him. He came and went. He had 5 seconds, and now he's done. Wow. I'm happy for the Voyager and Delta Quadrant name drops in this episode, but it's just like, wow, they just really killed him off. And I also wonder what happened to the girl. Wasn't there another younger girl who was assimilated that they also took out of the Borg around that time with Icheb? A younger girl. I forgot her name in Voyager. I need to rewatch the last season and see. But I thought there was somebody else too. It'd be neat if they ran into her again. But it is good. It's good to see Icheb. It just sucks that he's gonna have no storyline. It's interesting in this to see how valued people are with Borg implants. Apparently, it's a high commodity, which makes sense. What the Doctor and Voyager was able to do with Seven was pretty unique, and the only other ones to come out or be disconnected was Picard, Icheb, Hugh, and Seven. So not very many people really have been disconnected from the Borg. So it's a hard thing to accomplish and deborg someone, and I like that take on it. You know, that their parts would be valued. And just a little side on the weaponry, though. Why do the weapons have to look like something out of Discovery? Especially the gun that Seven was holding at the beginning. They all fire bolts now. Why not phaser streams? What happened to phaser streams? See, that's just another visual change that has happened without explanation. And kind of doesn't feel like Star Trek, feels more like Star Wars, and you know what I mean. It's the same argument for the JJ movies, but you know, they've gone to that bolt action stuff instead of like phaser beams. Really weird. But now let's jump really quick here to the end of the episode, because I'm already at 10 minutes. I'm sorry guys, this is going to run over, I apologize. But let's jump to the end of the episode, because the betrayal of the Doctor here, this is the big twist in this episode. I still can't remember her name from the Daystrom Institute. I cannot remember her name. I thought at first that I would like her character. Like in the first and second episode of the series, I liked her character. But once she got onto the ship and became part of the crew, she became really annoying for me. Just the way she was talking and being all jittery and everything, she was really annoying for me. So I'm not sure if that jitterness is intentional or if that is just her character is just acting to be jittery, because she was very confident with what she was doing at the end here. But she killed Maddox, which I kind of saw coming, especially when they showed her listening to Picard with her head turned away. I got an eerie feeling at that point, and then sure enough, she killed him. She said that somebody showed her stuff, so apparently that was enough to justify his killing for her. But you could tell that it really did hurt her, and she didn't want to. But for the greater good, she felt she needed to. So that is a huge twist here, and I did not see it come until that last minute. So I'm actually really proud that they did something like that. That was really cool. That was adventurous and bold and a good twist. And that was needed to perk up the episode a bit. And that was really nice. I am surprised we saw Maddox, though. We already, saw him, and I guess now he's dead, him and each of both. I didn't think we would see Maddox till like the end of the season, if even then. I thought he would be like the big thing that would be, revealed much later on, that we end up, catching up to and finding him, and he would like have some kind of plan or something. I don't know. But I'm surprised we actually met up with him here in the 5th episode. Surprised, actually. That's a lot sooner than I thought it would be. I thought we were going to have a long chase to find him. So that shocked me that they revealed that right now. It also shocked me that they killed him right now. The same episode he's revealed, he's killed. So that's the end of Maddox then. And he got some information out about why Soji and Dahj were put where they were put. And now Picard knows Soji's on the Borg cube. Great. All that's good, moves the story forward. But he's dead. So I don't know. That's very shocking to me. That seems like there's a lot of information he could have told still. But now he's dead and he can't. So I don't know where they're going to take this now with that reveal and that death. So him and each of both really didn't get much of a storyline here, and I'm really shocked by that. I thought Maddox would be someone we would meet much later on. We would finally catch up with him, and he would have a longer story arc again, that he would have some kind of, bigger reveal, bigger something, bigger plan, a bigger something, like a fallback place for him to go to and be like, here it is, guys, here's all my stuff, here's all my research, here's my lab, here's everything I've got to reveal for you guys, and I've got a plan. Here's why I put them here, and now we got a plan, and we're going to go, I just thought it would be bigger. So that's kind of strange they killed him off immediately. But anyway, it makes me wonder where all this is heading. It's like there's this big bad that's going to happen, or something bad that's going to happen as a result of AI or synthetic life forms, and it somehow connects with the Borg and the Romulans. So how all that comes together, I don't know, but it intrigues the crap out of me. But I have to say, I was also intrigued by the Red Angel in Season 2 of Discovery. That intrigued me, and then I was let down on the storyline on that. I was let down with the reveal of what the Red Angel actually was. So there is room to disappoint me here, on the storyline. But for right now, I'm going to give it hope that they are working a good story, and the reveal for all this and how it all connects will make sense and be a really epic reveal. I want an epic reveal. I want that. We need that. I want epicness out of this. This series needs that epicness. So I hope it's an epic reveal. So anyway, yeah, I'm just a little... I don't know what to say about the death of Maddox here. It just seems like it's a little too soon. So I'm not sure where else they can head now beyond that. Obviously, meeting up with Soji on the cube and all that, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't know what to say about that. It was good seeing Seven, and this episode did turn out better than I thought and revealed story elements that were new. So this actually did not go as bad as I thought it would from the previews, even though it looked kind of funky. You know, with all of them dressed up in the preview, I was thinking like, whoa, this was going to be pretty stupid, but it wasn't. It actually, the twists were good in this. This was good. This was thought out. So I like that. So there you go. That's my now apparently 15-minute review of this episode. Again, I definitely need to do a more detailed analysis of these episodes, and I probably will go back and rewatch all of them and then make more detailed videos in the future. So stay tuned for that. But there is my 10-minute review of episode 5, Stardust City Rag. And there you go. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Check out Twitter at Brent_Justice for updates. You can follow me there. Also, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/Brent Justice. This helps support the channel and also allows me to publish more and more videos.